Hi, thank you for joining me for this review of this Hubsan X4 Desire Pro. This is the Hubsan H216A, supplied courtesy of Gearbest.com for review. It comes in this box. It's app compatible, can do functional waypoints, auto takeoff, flight control failsafe, which means it'll return to home if it loses signal or the battery gets too low, with the low power failsafe, has real-time FPV, has follow me, has headless mode, altitude position hold, a 720p high definition camera, accurate GPS positioning, and a one button automatic return to home. Unfortunately, the box doesn't have a carry handle. Would have been nice if it did, because it fits into the box nicely and could have been used to transport it easier. So we get a manual, piece of paper, disclaimer. We get the Hubsan X4 Desire Pro quadcopter. We get a radio controller. We get prop guards. This box is empty. We get a nice little Star Phillips screwdriver. Get 4 spare props. And we get a USB cable for charging. The balance plug of the battery plugs in here. Plugs into a USB source to charge the battery. So let me get the box out of the way. Now I have reviewed the X4 Desire by the H216A model, this one here if you haven't seen it. And if we look at the X4 Desire Pro, it comes in the same shell. But the X4 Pro comes with more advanced features. This comes with a 1080p HD camera as opposed to a 720p HD camera. It has a bigger battery. Open the battery bay here. This comes with a 750 mAh 7.6 volt 15C battery as opposed to a 610 mAh battery, which should be good for a flying time of around 12 minutes. And before I put the battery back in, if you look closely in here, there's a micro USB port. So I can only presume that this will be for upgrades, so we can possibly upgrade any firmware in future. There's JST connection to connect. And the battery fits in here very comfortably, but there's not much spare space for any modification or a bigger battery. But one could possibly take 2 of these batteries with a parallel cable and secure another one underneath. And fly it with 2 batteries. Clips onto there. So it's a little bit flexible, but does feel quite robust and should be quite durable. Props are quite flexible, so it shouldn't get damaged too easily. Quite good cooling on the motors here, but no vents on the side. So if cooling is an issue, one can always make a few holes on the side to help improve the cooling. Spins nicely and freely. A screw holds the prop on the top here. And the good news with this is that the shaft is housed in bearings and not brushes. So that is what enables it to move more freely and should help it move more efficiently by reducing friction. Underneath, we got some clouded LED covers and some protection against dust and dirt getting in, but there are vents and a hole over here. Here's a slot for a micro SD card. Now this doesn't come with an SD card. You need to supply your own. I'm going to just put a 4 GB SD card in here. It just slides in there and holds in position there. Some more cooling underneath, which is good. The camera in front here is not adjustable. Let's just take this film cover off. But is at a good angle, so it should be fine. And if we look at the instruction manual that comes with it, you can download the Ex-Husband app from the Apple Store or the Google Play Store for Android. Because it has GPS, you have to do compass calibration and follow the prompts on the app. So you've got to turn it clockwise horizontally until the app tells you to change it, and then turn it clockwise vertically until the app is happy. 2 ways to start the motors: pull the sticks down and outwards, or push the throttle. Has automatic takeoff, landing and disarming the motors. You can also fly with the app, and if you prefer flying in mode 1, you can fly with mode 1 on the app. Tells you how to connect to Wi-Fi. More about manual and auto takeoff. Good illustrations on features, including the remote control and its functions. Also outlines the app functions, which is good. The propellers. And some frequently asked questions. So quite an informative and detailed manual. What content should be in the box. It looks as though there are some screws that I missed out on in the box. And this disclaimer warning, it just tips about following regulations, LiPo safety, and some other useful information too. And if we have a look at the radio control transmitter, it does feel quite nice. Got some nice sort of rough edges here for grip. We have a holder to put a mobile phone into for the FPV and to use the app. Fits in easily, holds quite firmly, which is good. Screw that needs to be removed here. This takes 4 AAA batteries which go in here, and this clips back on okay and seems to hold fine without putting the screw back in. This is a bit floppy, but if you're holding it at an angle like that, unless you bring it too far forward, it should be fine. Gimbal sticks are both spring-loaded. We power it on. Gotta hold the button down. A power light indicator showing on, and then this can also be bound with Bluetooth and tells you when it's connected to Bluetooth. And although not labeled, it has the diagrams. So this is the return to home. This is the takeoff and land. And then over here, you can see a camera icon for take a photo. You can see a video camera icon for taking video. 2 arrow buttons, one for low speed and one for high speed. Power it back off for now. And if you want to fly with the prop guards on, you'll need to remove the propeller. This slides on the top, and then there's a hole for a single screw to secure it on. But I'm going to be leaving these off. So let me just turn the quad on by connecting the battery here. Okay, there's no on and off switch unfortunately, but the compartment is fairly easy and quick to open and close. So we have a look, we've got 2 blue LEDs on the front and 2 red LEDs at the back. And now if we look at the app, and as I've mentioned, it's called Hubsan. We open it up, you select your model. This is the H216A, but the app is for other models here. Leave it on the H216A. We click on enter device because it's now there. It says not connected. So we first of all need to connect it by Wi-Fi. And we can see Hubsan H216A here. Click on connect. Then it's asking for the password, which is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and join. Busy connecting. That's Wi-Fi connected. Go back to the app. Now it's saying a weak GPS signal because we're indoors, which is fine. So the first thing it's going to do is ask you to do the compass calibration. So we try and go into any of the functions. It won't let you do anything until the compass calibration has been completed successfully. So now let's take it out and see how it performs.